Hello guys, welcome to our channel Book Summary House. Today we are going to look into a summary of the book Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. Sense and Sensibility is Jane Austen's first published novel and explores the tension between reason, that is sense, and emotion, that is sensibility, through the lives and loves of Dashwood sisters, Eleanor and Marianne. Set in late 18th century, the novel examines love, social class, economic insecurity, and moral growth. The story begins with the death of Mr. Henry Dashwood, whose estate Norland Park passes to his son John Dashwood from his first marriage. Before dying, Mr. Dashwood asks John to take care of his second wife and their three daughters, Eleanor, Marianne, and Margaret. However, John's selfish wife, Fanny Dashwood, persuades him to give them very little financial help. As a result, Mrs. Dashwood and her daughters are forced to leave Norland and move to a modest cottage called Barton Cottage in Devonshire. At Norland, Eleanor Dashwood, the eldest sister, forms a quiet but deep attachment to Edward Ferrars, Fanny's brother. Edward appears to return Eleanor's affection, but his uncertain behavior and lack of a clear proposal trouble her. Eleanor, representing sense, hides her emotions and behaves with restraint and dignity. Marian Dashwood, in contrast, is passionate, emotional, and impulsive, embodying sensibility. She openly expresses her feelings and believes love should be intense and dramatic. At Barton, Marian meets the charming and handsome John Willoughby, with whom she quickly falls in love. Their relationship appears romantic and intense, but Willoughby suddenly leaves for London without explanation, deeply upsetting Marian. Meanwhile, the Dashwoods meet Colonel Brandon, a quite honorable older man who admires Marian sincerely. Marian, however, dismisses him as dull and unromantic, failing to appreciate a steady character. In London, the sisters face emotional trials. Marian listens that Willoughby has become engaged to a wealthy woman, Miss Grey, for financial security. She is heartbroken and falls seriously ill from grief and neglect of her health. Later, it is revealed that Willoughby has seduced and abandoned Colonel Brandon's young ward, showing his moral weakness. Although Willoughby admits he truly loved Marian, his selfishness and desire for wealth ultimately ruin their relationship. Eleanor also suffers quietly. She discovers that Edward has long been secretly engaged to Lucy Steele, a manipulative and self interested woman. Bound by honor, Edward feels unable to break his engagement, even though he no longer loves Lucy. Eleanor conceals her pain and continues to behave with composure, demonstrating true emotional strength. Edward's mother disinherits him when she learns of his engagement to Lucy, hoping to force him to abandon her. However, Lucy later proves her opportunism by breaking her engagement with Edward and marrying his wealthy brother, Robert Ferrars, instead. With Lucy out of the way, Edward is finally free to propose to Eleanor. His sincerity and moral integrity are rewarded, and Eleanor's long controlled emotions are finally released in happiness. Marian, having suffered emotional disillusionment and matured through hardships, learns to value steadiness and respect over reckless passion. She gradually recognizes Colonel Brandon's loyalty and kindness and eventually accepts his love. Their marriage represents Marian's growth from sensibility towards sense. The novel ends with the marriages of Eleanor and Edward and Marian and Colonel Brandon, symbolizing a balance between reason and emotion. Austen suggests that true happiness lies not in suppressing feelings entirely, nor in surrendering them blindly, but in achieving harmony between sense and sensibility. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more videos. Thank you so much.